welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on this look. This is my second holiday makeup look, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one, but I definitely wanted to get two up on my channel. So this is what today's look is. Today's video is going to be a voiceover just because I feel like most of the time when I do a talk through, I get distracted, I tend to ramble, I kind of, I don't know, get distracted and talk a lot. And the video ends up being very, very long. So yeah, so today's video is going to be a voiceover, but I wanted to pop on here and give like an introduction. Let me know what you guys like, if you prefer a voiceover or if you prefer a like a talk through. So yeah, so today's look is really fun. It's like this crazy purple smoky eye. I think it'd be fun for the holidays or for New Year's Eve. So yeah, so that's it. So that's what this video is. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you do like it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I would love to have you part of my little YouTube family. I upload Monday, Thursdays, and Fridays. So without further ado, let's begin the video.
Hey guys, jumping right in. So I am priming my face with the NYX Pore Filler. I've talked about this enough on my channel. You guys know this is my go-to primer. So I'm just putting that where I need it, where I have the largest pores, which is my T-zone, my nose, and my forehead. So while that sits on my face, I'm going to start with my eyes in this video, and to prime my eyes, I'm just going to use some Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to blend that in with an Eco Tool sponge. And then I'm just going to take some of my Mercier translucent powder. I'm sorry I didn't show it here, but I'm just going to go over my eye with a brush with that powder, just to set everything down and give us a nice base to work with. So for this tutorial, we're using the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Palette. It's so good. And I'm going to take a big old fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into that like light tan color. The matte colors aren't named in this palette, just the shimmers are. So yeah, so this is just like a light brown or a light tan. And that, I'm just buffing that all over my crease in the outer V of the eye, really like blurring this out, being pretty sloppy with it. And I'm just using a big old fluffy brush. This is actually a new brush set that I got. I'll link it down below in the description box. It's from Amazon. It's really cheap and really good. So I'm going to take a rounded crease brush. The one I'm using is actually from Sephora. It's like their line of brushes. And I'm going into like that deep purple shade. And that's also going to be in the outer V of the eye. And I'm just going to be a little bit more precise with this. This is going to really be in the crease. And I'm not going to go above that first shade, like that light brown shade. This is going to stay really concentrated in the crease area. And then this is the fun part. I'm going to take like a small little shader brush and I'm going to dip into Libra, which is this beautiful purple color. I'm actually a Libra, so that is what inspired this look. And that is going to go all over my lid, going all up to the crease. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love that purple so much. And I just love this palette so much. I can't get enough of it. But I think this is going to be the last tutorial that I use with it. And I did take some of that brown color, that transition color, and just kind of blended everything together, which is what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to take Virgo, which is the color right below Libra. It's just like a light, like pinky purple. And I'm just using my finger and patting that on the center of my lid, kind of giving like a faux halo eye effect. And I'm going to take my makeup wipes and I'm just going to clean up the fallout and get some clean lines here, just so it doesn't look as sloppy. I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I'm sorry I didn't show it. And I'm just drawing a line along my upper lash line. I'm not doing a wing, nothing too crazy. This is just to help hide the lash band that we're using false lashes today, so. And I'm going to use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is very hard to open. So I'm just going to put mascara on my top lashes for now, not my bottom ones. We'll do those after I finish the eye, but that's what I'm doing here. For the face, I am using the Maybelline Better Skin Foundation. If you guys don't know that I love this foundation right now, you haven't watched any of my videos, but this is probably my favorite foundation, like, of all time. I love this foundation so, so much. So I am just blending that in with my Kabuki brush. Such a good foundation. Oh my god, I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop using it. It's like my favorite drugstore foundation of all time. And then for concealer, I'm sticking with my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm just concealing all the normal areas. Forehead, down the center of the nose, the chin, underneath the eyes. I guess, like I said, all the normal areas that you would conceal and brighten. And I'm going to blend that out with an EcoTools sponge. This sponge is my favorite. Honestly, I gotta say, I like their Real Techniques ones too. The EcoTools soaks up a lot more product than the Real Techniques sponge, but there's just something about this one that I just love so, so much. So before I move on to setting my face, I'm going to do some contouring so you guys will get to see that. I'm using the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I love this. It is amazing for beginners. So I am putting this in the hollows of my cheeks right below my cheekbone. I'm doing my chin because I love a good, strong, contoured chin. Right underneath my bottom lip, right underneath my nose, the sides of my nose, and kind of the perimeter of my face. You'll see it, I put it on my forehead, right there. And then I also do my jawline. And then I'm going to take a tiny, well, I'm going to dance first and sing, but then I'm going to take a tiny, tiny kabuki brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. And I'm just going to blend all that in. For whatever reason, this product, the contour stick, does a lot better with a brush versus a sponge. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but every time I used a sponge, it picked up the foundation with it. But with a brush, for some reason, it doesn't do that. So maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but for me, I always use a brush. That seems to be the way to go for this contour stick. So now that's done, now I'm going to set my face, and I'm using my Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm going to take it on my wet sponge that I use to blend out my concealer, and I'm going to put that anywhere where I put concealer. So forehead, under the eyes, chin. I think I'm going to put some on my nose. I'm pretty sure I put some on my nose. And I'm just patting out creases here. And this is just such a good powder. And I think that's why I like the sponge so much, because of that flat edge it has. It just packs on powder really, really wonderfully. And I'm putting some in my smile lines as well, because I have a lot of trouble creasing in my smile lines. So while that powder sits on my face, I'm going to do my brows. I just did a brow tutorial a couple weeks ago. I'll link it in the description box so you can check that out. But this is just kind of like a sneak peek of how I do my brows. So I'm going to fill in my brows while that sits on my face, and I'm also going to put on some false lashes. These are in the style Working Girl by iikonn. I have an affiliate code with them. I will leave it in the description box if you are interested. But these lashes are the style Working Girl, and they are cut in half. I messed up and I cut them too short, so I just cut them in half. So I just wiped away all that excess powder, and now I'm going to finish up the lower lash line. And on the lower lash line, I'm going to take a little tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to use that first light brown shade, and I'm going to buff that from, for the entire lower lash line. Just be careful not to mess up my lash. And I'm going to take the purple shade that I used in the crease on that same brush, and I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner, like the outer lash line. I'm not going to bring it in too far, probably not more than halfway in. And I'm just going to make sure that I blend that also like into the outer V of the eye. And sing and dance, because that's what would a makeup tutorial be without me singing and dancing. For bronzer, and I'm only wearing bronzer today, I didn't wear blush, but for bronzer, I'm sticking with my go-to, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's my favorite. I love that bronzer so much. So I'm essentially putting this bronzer everywhere where I contoured. So my cheeks, my hollows of my cheeks, the entire perimeter of my face. I don't put any on my nose. And I'm also putting some down my neck. So for highlight, I'm actually going to dip into the highlight that's in the Zodiac palette, the one right in the middle. I don't think it has a name. But yeah, so I'm highlighting my face with that. Temples, cheekbones, top of the cheekbones, nose, cupid's bow, brow bone, inner corner. And I gotta say, I do love this highlighter. I think it's really beautiful. It builds up so nicely. But beware, it is chunky. And I can get away with it, but sometimes it even shows on me. I think that this highlighter absolutely emphasizes texture. So if you're someone that deals with texture, I would stay away from this highlighter. I think that's just the baked formula. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it's just a chunky highlighter and it emphasizes texture. So that's bad. And then to wrap this bad boy up, lips are Fairy Floss by Colourpop. They're an ultra glossy lip, and I love this gloss so much. It's like my all-time favorite. It just makes your lips look so full and plush and just squishy and just, oh my god, it's wonderful. So that wraps up this tutorial, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.